So many students believe that using difficult words will automatically get them a band 7 or a band 8. But the truth is, using complex vocabulary words incorrectly actually reduces your band score. Instead, using simple but precise vocabulary accurately can help you achieve band 7 or even a band 8. So in this video, I will explain these 5 points. First number, how important vocabulary really is in IELTS, what type of vocabulary examiners actually expect. Third point is how much vocabulary you actually need to achieve a band 7 or band 8, where you should learn vocabulary from, and the exact strategy to improve your IELTS vocabulary quick. So if you also want to improve your writing and speaking score, must watch this video till the end. So let's discuss the very first point. How important is vocabulary in IELTS? Vocabulary is one of the 4 marking criteria both in writing and in speaking. In writing, there are 4 parameters: task achievement and task response, cohesion and coherence, lexical resources, which means vocabulary, and largest grammatical range and grammatical accuracy. In speaking, the judgment criteria says fluency and cohesion, lexical resources, which means vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. So vocabulary directly contributes 25% of your score. But vocabulary also affects your clarity, your ideas, and your sentence structure. So this means indirectly vocabulary contributes to around 50% to 60% of your score. Talking about the second point, how much vocabulary is needed for a band 7 or a band 8? The truth is, you do not need thousands of words to remember every day. IELTS examiners love natural, simple, precise vocabulary used in the right context. Let's look at some examples. So according to the IELTS band descriptors and IELTS examiners, band 6 uses basic vocabulary and with repetition. For example, many people like to travel. Traveling is good, or people travel a lot. Whereas a band 7 uses less common vocabulary words with flexibility. For example, many people are fond of traveling. Another example you can look at, traveling helps people broaden their perspectives. And a band 8 uses precise vocabulary naturally. For example, traveling allows individuals to gain cultural exposure, or it helps people develop a global perspective. So notice something important. They are not extremely difficult words. These are just simply accurate and natural expressions. Let's talk about third very important point, which is what type of vocabulary is important for IELTS. So students often make a big mistake. They try to memorize random, different and difficult words. But IELTS require only 4 types of vocabulary. First one type is topic specific vocabulary. That means words that are related to common IELTS topics are important. For example, you may get an essay on topic education, technology, health, environment, crime, films, advertisements, and the vocabulary words you can use for education may include curriculum, academic pressure, distant learning. The words you can use in environment type of a topic essay may include climate change, carbon emissions, renewable sources of energy. And these are called the topic specific vocabulary. Next, second type of vocabulary examiners want is academic vocabulary. So these words work in many essays. Examples of academic vocabulary includes significant, beneficial, contribute, enhance, allows, declines, increase drastically. So these are extremely powerful vocabulary words for IELTS writing test to score a band 8. Third important type of vocabulary includes collocations. Collocations means 2 words that naturally go together are called collocations, and examiners love natural word combinations. And these are, again, this is you can say a secret to scoring a band 8 in your IELTS writing. For example, instead of just saying a strong rain, you must say heavy rain. So collocation should also be used naturally and in the right context. Do not say big problem. Instead, you can write a serious problem. You cannot say do a decision. Instead, you can say make a decision. So using right collocations immediately improves your band score, sentence clarity, and your ideas. Fourth important type of vocabulary, again, that is very important from IELTS examiner's point of view, it includes the paraphrasing vocabulary, which means at every point, at every paragraph, you need to rephrase some of the very common and repeatedly used words. For example, instead of writing students, you may write learners, individuals. Instead of writing only teachers, you may write instructors or the mentors. Instead of just writing a problem, you may write issue or a challenge. Instead of writing just or repeating the word important, use crucial, significant, prominent, or essential. This is called the paraphrasing vocabulary. In order to avoid repetition, IELTS always says do not repeat your words. IELTS do not want repeated vocabulary. It wants paraphrasing vocabulary. So you must need to know some of the synonyms and some of the paraphrased words which you can often use in your IELTS writing task 2 essay and in your speaking as well, in order to reduce the repetition of the commonly spoken and written words. This is extremely important for writing task 2 and speaking. So now let us discuss 4 biggest mistakes IELTS students often make. First is using overly difficult words. Example, one of my students just wrote an essay and shared it to me. This phenomena is ubiquitous among juveniles. Matlab, these are excessively overly difficult words. Instead, better option is you may write, this problem is very common among young people. That is it. Second problem is memorizing word list without the context. You remember variety of words, but do not know how to incorporate those words correctly into the right context. This is again very important problem. So if you only memorize words, you will forget these words. In order to learn them, you must learn them inside the sentence. So in order to build up a strong vocabulary, you must use them inside your sentences. So let's talk about the 5th and very important topic, that is how to improve vocabulary for band 8, specifically for IELTS. Strategy number 1, you can learn vocabulary through IELTS topics. For example, you can study vocabulary from the topics like education, environment, technology, health, advertisements, crimes. Try to learn and try to use a topic specific vocabulary. This is very important. This helps you to use vocabulary in IELTS essays easily. If you will learn topic vocabulary, topic related vocabulary, you will find it very easy to use and to incorporate it in your written IELTS writing task 2 essays. Strategy number 2 is learn words in phrases. For matlab, instead of learning one single word, learn them in groups. For example, air pollution, water pollution, or environmental pollution means learn them in form of collocations. Third strategy is read high quality sources. For example, IELTS sample essays, IELTS books, and news articles and academic blogs. Matlab, I have some books, IELTS vocabulary, I have some Cambridge IELTS books with me. So this is book number 14 and this is book number 16. Let me show you. अगर आपके पास भी ये बुक है ना, तो इसके पीछे there are some samples. ठीक है, so here is writing task 1 sample. यहाँ पे they have given band score 5. There is a sample and band score 5. And on the next page they have explained कि why that is a band 5 and how you can improvise it. And this is writing task 2, again band 6. They have given the examiner's IELTS examiner review at the end then. Again, you can see a band 6 score, band 6.5, band 4.5 essay, how it looks like, band 7 essay checked by the real IELTS examiners. आप लोग इसको use क्यों नहीं करते हो? So essay type, a simple, it is the very easy way to score a band 7 or 8 in your IELTS writing task to just notice these samples, notice the feedback IELTS examiners have given. And there are 4 reading tests in one book. जब मैं basically students को IELTS reading करवाती हूँ ना, मैं side by side मेरी आदत है, मैं इसमें से vocabulary words बताती रहती हूँ अपने बच्चों को. मैं side by side IELTS के vocabulary words में अपने students को teach करती रहती हूँ. I often ask them to make notes of the vocabulary words or any word you find very interesting, any word you find new, any difficult word or any word you are not aware of, and make some notes out of these. This is a very powerful and the very easy source to develop the IELTS vocabulary. इससे अच्छा सोर्स IELTS की vocabulary को improve करने का नहीं हो सकता. आपके हाथों में है ये इतना powerful source अपनी vocabulary को improve करने का. थर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज इसमें आपको बुक्स में इवन के हर एक टॉपिक कवर हो जाता है, चाहे वो हेल्थ को लेके टेस्ट टॉपिक्स कहीं मिल जाते हैं आपको, चाहे वो आपके स्पोर्ट्स को लेके हैं, चाहे वो आपकी हिस्ट्री को लेके हैं, चाहे वो आपके एजुकेशन को लेके हैं, चाहे वो टेक्नोलॉजी को लेके, तो काफी वैरायटी ऑफ टॉपिक्स रीडिंग में ऑलरेडी कवर्ड होते हैं. सो जब भी आप रीडिंग को सॉल्व करो ना, तो ट्राई करो कुछ ऐसे वर्ड्स इसमें से निकालने की जो आप एसेज में यूज कर सकते हो. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. राइट. सो स्ट्रैटेजी नंबर 4 इज यूज वोकैबुलरी एक्टिवली. अब इसका मतलब ये होता है कि अगर आप वोकैबुलरी वर्ड्स को सिर्फ याद करोगे या उसको रीड करोगे, आप उसको जल्दी से भूल जाओगे. एक्टिवली उसको यूज करना का मतलब ये हुआ कि अगर आपने एक या दो या तीन चार वर्ड्स एक दिन में नए वर्ड सीखे, try to induct those new words into your writing sentences or try to speak them in your speaking practice. In this way आपकी वो words ना फ्लुएंट हो जाएंगे, आपको नेचुरली राइटिंग में स्पीकिंग में यूज करने आ जाएंगे. इसको बोलते हैं एक्टिवली वोकैबुलरी को यूज करना. एंड लास्ट फिफ्थ इंपॉर्टेंट सेंटेंस इज मेंटेन अ वोकैबुलरी नोटबुक. एक छोटी सी नोटबुक रख लो, उसको मेंटेन करना है. उसमें आपने 4 सेक्शंस क्रिएट करने हैं: टॉपिक वोकैबुलरी, कोलोकेशंस, पैराफ्रेजिंग वर्ड्स एंड एकेडमिक वोकैबुलरी. एक बार सिर्फ मेरे कहने पे ये 4 कॉलम्स या 4 सेक्शंस बना के रख लो एक नोटबुक में. जब भी आपको कोई एकेडमिक वर्ड मिले, एकेडमिक वाले कॉलम में उसको ऐड कर लिया. कोलोकेशन मिले उसमें ऐड कर लिया. पैराफ्रेज वर्ड मिले उसमें ऐड कर लिया. राइट. टॉपिक वर्ड मिले उसमें आपने ऐड कर लिया. एंड उस नोटबुक को आपने जो आपने मेंटेन करी होगी ना, उस नोटबुक को सिर्फ आपने डेली 10 मिनट के लिए रीड करना है. एंड अगर आप जो वर्ड्स अगेन सीख रहे हो, ट्राई टू इंडक्ट देम इन योर राइटिंग टास्क एसेस और इन योर स्पोकन स्पीकिंग क्लासेस एंड योर स्पीकिंग प्रैक्टिस. इससे क्या होगा, एक तो एक्टिव यूसेज भी हो जाएगी, डेली आप उसको रीड करोगे, आपके माइंड में वो चीजें फिट भी हो जाएंगी, आपकी वोकैबुलरी बहुत जल्दी इंप्रूव भी हो जाएगी. सो देयरफॉर यू हैव टू रिव्यू इट एवरी डे फॉर एटलीस्ट 10 minutes. सो कंसिस्टेंसी इज द की here. After teaching IELTS for many years, I can tell you one thing. Students who achieve band 8 do not memorize difficult or complicated thousands of words. They just use simple, precise, clear vocabulary into right context. They avoid spelling mistakes. They use the 4 types of vocabulary I have mentioned in this video, and they focus on clear ideas, proper meaning, better word choices, and natural expressions. If you also want to score band 7 or band 8 in your IELTS writing, focus on quality vocabulary, not on quantity of vocabulary words. So learn vocabulary that is relevant, natural, used in sentences, and topic based. And with consistent practice, improving vocabulary becomes much more easier than you think. So if you also want to score high in your IELTS exam in just only one attempt, do not forget to subscribe to IELTS with Aman channel and check out all the latest videos. I regularly upload IELTS practical strategies that actually work. So see you in the next video, and all the very, very best for your IELTS exam.